Ciao a tutti, welcome to Daily Italian with Elena. I am Elena and today we're going to do some exercise to understand the difference between essere and avere in Italian. So for those of you who speak English especially, I noticed that there are some problems with these verbs because in English you use different ones when you want to say specific things. What am I talking about? Let's have a look at that. For example, when you want to say my age, in English you're going to say I am 20 years old, for example. In Italian you don't use the verb to be, so in Italian you are not 20 years old, but you have. So in Italian we have an age. So this is what I'm talking about, and I know some sentences, some of these things might be hard to remember. So I would like today to do this exercise where I give you a sentence and you need to put the verb there, either to have or to be in Italian. And we're going to look at some of the most common mistakes with these two verbs. So let's get started. If I want to say Luca is tired because he works too much, what would you put? Yeah, correct. Luca è stanco. Luca è stanco because he works too much. So stanco is an adjective and it wants the verb to be. Luca è stanco. I am 20 years old. Do you remember what I said in the first example? Yes. In this case we don't use the verb to be, but we use the verb to have. So I have 20 years old. Io ho 20 anni. E tu? Now sonno. Sonno is a thing in Italian, and sonno is the sleep, so the desire of sleep. So it's similar to saying that you are tired, but it's a bit different. If you say sono stanco, it means you're just tired. But if you use the word sonno, it's related to the desire of sleeping. So usually you say it when you want to go to sleep. And as I said, this is a thing, this is not an adjective, so we don't use the verb to be, but we use the verb to have. Io ho sonno. Io ho sonno. Vado a letto. This is also another example of a very often mistake because it's different from English. So fame. Fame is hunger. So it's not hungry, it's not an adjective, but it's a thing, hunger. So we don't use the verb to be in Italian, but we use the verb to have. Hai fame? Mangiamo un panino insieme? Tristi. What does triste mean? Triste is sad. What is that? An adjective. So which verb do we use? Correct. To be. Siamo tristi. Perché non possiamo andare alla festa di Daniela? Another tricky one, caldo. Caldo is hot, but it is a name, so it is something that I'm going to have. So in Italian, we don't say I am hot, but we say io ho caldo. Io ho caldo. Okay, here we have 3 things to put in, so it might be a little bit harder. Let's divide that. Let's start with the first one. Spagnoli, so just Spanish, so this is an easy one. Maria e Pedro sono spagnoli, they are Spanish. 22 years old, so an age, so remember we use the verb to have. Anno, hanno 22 anni. And simpatici, just friendly, so something they are, an adjective. Sono molto simpatici. Sete, what is sete? Do you remember fame, the hunger? It's just the same thing. So sete is the thirst. So it's something you have, not something you are. It's not thirsty, but it is sete. Io ho sete. So this is what we most often use in Italian. Io ho fame, io ho sete. We also have something to say literally I am hungry and I am thirsty, but it is less used. But still they are important to learn, so let's look at them. Sono affamato. Affamato means hungry. Affamato. Assetato means thirsty. Assetato. So you can also say this, io sono affamato, io sono assetato, but it is less common. It is way more common to say ho fame, ho sete. Freddo. Do you remember caldo? Do you remember how it works with caldo? It is not something we are, but it is something we have. It is just a name, something we have. Quindi ho freddo. Ho freddo. Paura is another nice one because it's also something that might be a mistake, because in English you say I am scared, but in Italian paura it's just like fame, just like caldo, freddo, sete. So it's a thing, paura. It's the fear. So it's something we have. Ho paura. I am scared. I have fear. Ho paura. Preoccupata. It's a very important word. It means to be worried. Essere preoccupati. To be worried. To be preoccupied. Lucia è un po' preoccupata perché mal di testa. Mal di testa is a headache. So a pain of the head. Headache. And this is an easy one because it's just like English, so it's something we have. Lucia ha mal di testa. This is another one I would like to see together, to look at together. In ritardo means late. So I am late, sono in ritardo. So noi siamo in ritardo. We are late. This is another one I would like to look at because it always gives some doubt, because it sounds like freddo. It might sound like freddo, but it is different. Fretta. Fretta is the hurry. Quindi abbiamo fretta. We are in a hurry. In Italian we have the hurry. So abbiamo fretta. Io ho fretta. Perdo il treno. Noi dobbiamo correre. Abbiamo fretta. And the last one I would like to look at is voglia. So voglia is like the desire. Would you like to come to the cinema this evening? It is not would you like, but literally, do you have a desire to come to the cinema with us? So we're going to use the verb to have. I voglia. I think it's gonna be easier for those of you who speak German because it's just like Lust haben. So hast du Lust? I voglia. So it's just the same. Do you have the desire to come? So I hope you enjoyed this little exercise. I hope you got most of them right, correct? You could write in the comments your answers and let me know which ones were correct, which ones you got wrong, which ones you should maybe practice a little bit more. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to clarify some doubts. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out any of the new videos. You can keep learning Italian, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Ciao!